I saw a great tweet saying that Serge Gnabry has managed to upset Arsenal and Spurs fans in one go. Of course, very much an Arsenal reject. What a performance. But this isn't one-off for him.
No, he was good. He was great, fantastic last year.
Yeah.
And he was a young man at Arsenal, and sometimes young guys, as we all know, progress and mature at different times, right? And there wasn't a lot of signs, and listen, people at Arsenal were working with him every day. They can either see it or they can't.
Yeah. Tony Pulis didn't see it when he was on loan at West Brom.
He went to West Brom, and young Callum McManaman was outshining him there, who's, I don't know where he is now. But what we do know is he's found his feet, Gnabry, at Bayern Munich. He's been excellent for a while. He's fast, he's pacey. And not just that, he's not just doing it with Bayern, he's doing it with Germany.
Yeah.
He's doing it with Germany as well. He's doing it on the international front. He's doing it on the club front. And they made a conscious decision, Bayern Munich. The older guys are going, Ian Robben, Frank Ribery. The old guard were going with the younger guys. They tried to buy Hudson-Odoi last year as well to beef that up. The two they've got them now at the moment are spectacular, but especially Gnabry and his finishing.
And, of course, we saw a great finish as well from Lewandowski, who just, it must be such a nice feeling. I don't know if you ever had this as a striker, Ali.
I know.
When you feel that anything you hit will hit the back of the net. Because not only that goal that he scored, but the flick up in the build-up as well. He's just a man who just exudes confidence everywhere.
And the moment of the goal, it's end of the first half, it's still 1-1. Lewandowski with his back turned to goal. And he already has a picture as to where this ball is going to go. It doesn't happen by accident. Just like you don't lose a game 7-2 by accident. Spurs fans, by the way. Yeah. It didn't happen by accident. It's because you got a guy like Robert Lewandowski who can turn. And he's already has that corner in his eye where he knows, if I take this touch here, even facing my own goal, on the turn, I can hit it there. It's 2-1. And that's the difference between world class and pretenders. World-class level and a team that pretends to be at that level. And right now, Bayern Munich play like that, whereas Spurs is still finding themselves.
How much now are Bayern Munich putting themselves in a conversation to go very far in this competition? Or are we just saying, well, look, come on, it was a Spurs side who got their issues?
You can only play who you put up against you. And as I mentioned before, these are the beaten Champions League finalists after all. But that kind of performance against a Spurs side, whether this is a shadow of their former selves or not, I think the performance as a team, the performance individually from the likes of Gnabry, says that this is a team, this is a Bayern Munich team that can go very far, especially when you see some of Europe's big boys continuing to stumble. We will find out what happens when the year turns, but as of right now, this is as good a performance, as good a team as we're seeing in the Champions League right now.
I'm sorry, Craig. And can I tell you, though, that of the Lewandowski finishes, the second one is even more impressive.
Yeah.
Really? The ball spinning away from him, he's spinning away from goal, and the touch that he takes on it is just... It's just a different level. And again, there is a difference in terms of the level of play here that was very evident and very clear. And that's why Bayern Munich becomes, yes, a candidate. However, we have waited from this sort of performance by Robert Lewandowski in the latter stages of the competition, and it hasn't happened. So let's wait till we get there.
Coutinho is an extremely important pawn in this chess piece for them now. We talked about the wide guys. We wondered about... I think it's very clever from Bayern, while everybody was fighting over Neymar and whatnot in Spain, that they went out and said, listen, this is the kind of guy we need to come in, reignite his career, reignite our front line, get the wide guys going, get Lewandowski involved more with his little threaded passes. They are going to be a threat, no doubt. They're Achilles' heel, and the only reason, in my opinion, is if they don't win the Champions League, will be the back line.
Yeah.
That if they don't sort the back line out, I don't think they'll win the Champions League. Everything else in the team, I haven't got a problem.
Now, here's a question which today's result inevitably leads to. Will Spurs get out of this group?
I still think they will, because I still think they're clearly a better side than Red Star and Olympiacos. We've just not seen that yet. I think they will get out it, but they need to give themselves a real good shake and quick.
Yeah.
I can tell you what, goal differential is not helping.
No, head-to-head in theory, isn't it?
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
They've got two games against Red Star now, home and away, and they have to win them both. Otherwise, I think you could start planning for Europa League.
Red Star, of course, beat Olympiacos 3-1 today. Olympiacos, who drew with Spurs on the opening day.
I think Spurs will be fine.
They'll be fine.
But then again,
I'm not saying that with much confidence, though.
No, well, neither am I. Well, it's not like I love Spurs to begin with, but it's not like I trust this team to begin with. But I got to tell you, you see them today, and it's one thing to get beat. It's one thing to lose. It's just the way in which the team just went, heck.
Right.
You know.
I mean, I'm not saying this on today because everybody. I mean, it was horrendous, but I think the inevitable for Spurs is round the corner.
It's the end of a cycle, you think?
Yeah, I think it's 5 years for Pochettino. I think we can start to see it a little bit, and for any manager to stay a length of time, you need to be having success and seeing the end line. And I don't think in his mind he can see the end line. And I think he knows there's some players that want to leave. And I think when it eventually does happen, and you know, for most clubs it will, there's going to be a ripple effect through the whole place. And let's be honest, successful or not, trophies or not, he is going to be, and we can criticise him for tactics and whatnot, but he's going to be a difficult man to replace.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPNFC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.